Headlines for this week include election results, class registration, and the roads around La Crosse. Stay tuned, WMCM's Week in Review is next.
Hello, and thanks for watching WMCM's Week in Review. I'm Mason Polk.
And I'm Cami Diaz. The midterm elections were held on Tuesday, and one could say that this was quite a historic event. An estimated 113 million people voted, making this the first midterm in history to exceed 100 million votes. This may be in part due to the increasingly high percentage of millennial voters. Not only was there a record-breaking turnout, but also there were many other firsts, including the first Native American woman elected to Congress, the youngest woman elected to Congress, the first openly gay governor, the first Muslim woman in Congress, and many others. As far as Wisconsin's results go, Tony Evers is our new governor and Tammy Baldwin is still our senator. The Democrats have control of the House of Representatives, and the GOP holds the Senate. No matter what your political party is, I'm sure we can all agree that we are excited to stop receiving so many of those texts and emails.
For students who are not graduating this semester, class registration starts soon. Students sign up for classes in order of how many credits they have completed. The first day for winter classes was today, so make sure you enroll now for any classes you want to take over break. The first day for spring registration is Monday, November 12th. This is when graduate students and undergrads with the most amount of credits can start signing up. Before you enroll, log on to your Wings account and check to see if you have any holds and to see what day and time your enrollment appointment starts. Email records@uwlax.edu with any questions or concerns.
Last week, controversy struck on campus when Joe Gao quietly invited porn star Nina Hartley as a guest speaker. The university paid $5,000 out of student fees for her to lecture about sexuality and the adult entertainment industry. The lecture was only promoted through signs and posters on campus, never officially stating who the speaker was. The controversy was not about whether or not a porn star should be a guest lecturer, but instead how she was paid and how quiet things were kept. However, keeping things quiet backfired because this has now received national attention from the media. Joe Gao defended his actions by saying that the world would be a better place if people were more open about sex. Backlash from this will force UWL to think about how they plan events in the future. As mentioned earlier, midterm elections were held this past Tuesday. UWL students were able to vote on campus, so we sent a WMCM crew to see how it went.
On November 6th, UWL students were able to come to the Student Union to vote in the 2018 midterm elections. We met with a poll station worker to learn more about the process.
So when students get here today, it's super important that we figure out whether or not they're registered previously or not. One of the main issues has been if they've changed addresses, like if you're a freshman and you went from on campus to off campus, that has been kind of an issue.
We asked Devin about this year's turnout compared to years past.
The turnout has been pretty good so far. I started working here at 4 o'clock, and that was when we hit our peak time. We ended up having to loop it around most of the building on the second floor, so the turnout's been pretty good.
We also met with several students to find out why they voted and what voting meant to them.
Our voices today could be ones that change like the course of the country for years to come.
Well, it means the opportunity to voice my opinion in many things, whether it's from a elected representative standpoint or from a referendum standpoint. So, you know, it's the only way that we can really all participate in the democracy that we have.
I vote because my voice in government matters, and I want to have my voice and my opinion matter in government.
For WMCM, this is Nate Myhock, Tyler Boehm, and Jeremiah Waite.
Now here's Jacqueline Snow to talk about La Crosse roads.
Thanks, Mason. The La Crosse roads suck. If you voted on Tuesday, which I hope you did, you would have seen questions on the ballot regarding our roads. Different proposals were offered for the first transportation referendum on the ballot. As a student and peer, I know that the La Crosse roads are constantly disputed on campus. So here are the results. 78% of voters approved the possible measure of investing $5 million annually to address these road repairs, while 22% disapproved. Now here's the problem.
Most voters supported the Premier Resort Area tax, which means that there would be a 0.5% sales tax on tourism-related goods and services. But getting this approval from the state has very slim odds. The other two options include a wheel tax, which was not supported at all, and the option of the country borrowing money, which is also shot down. Looks like people really want these road repairs, but are not willing to pay for it. Another referendum on the ballot regarding marijuana usage was highly favored in the city of La Crosse. Again, a referendum does not mean it's legalized, it just means that the proposal itself was voted on. Referendums help to pass new laws, as they show the general population's favor towards something. So make sure you continue voting in future elections to have your voice heard. Now back to you, Mason.
If you're looking for a fun and exciting trip to go on this winter break, the Outdoor Connection might have just the thing for you. Every winter, the Outdoor Connection in the Rec leads a trip for students. This year's trip will be announced on Monday, November 12th at 8 p.m. at the Outdoor Connection Trip Reveal Party. The announcement will happen in the conditioning room in the Rec, and there will also be hot chocolate, snacks, prizes, raffles, and some live music. These trips do cost money, but the price includes all travel, food, equipment, and other costs associated with the trip. If you have any questions, please contact Samantha Carney at carney1044@uwlax.edu. La Crescent Animal Rescue has many pets in need of loving homes. Here are some of the animals available in this week's edition of Perfect Pets.
I'm Champagne. I'm 5 months old and I sure do love to play. I can be shy, but I'm also very curious. Add some cuddles to my day and I'm a happy kitty.
Hi, I'm Socks. I'm 2 years old and I sure do love belly rubs. I would love a warm bed to curl up in, and maybe even some socks.
Hi, I'm Lollipop. I'm 2 years old. I'm very energetic and love all sorts of toys to play with. Come adopt me!
To find out more about adoption, contact La Crescent Animal Rescue at 507-895-2066.
Once again, the number for the La Crescent Animal Rescue is 507-895-2066. This weekend, Gamma Sigma Sigma is hosting their annual event, Duel of the Dips, to raise money for the Alex's Lemonade Stand Foundation, which is a nonprofit dedicated to raising money for childhood cancer research. Alex Scott was diagnosed with neuroblastoma a little after her first birthday and spent her limited time holding lemonade stand fundraisers. By the time she passed away at age 8, she had raised $1 million. The foundation is her legacy and has, in total, raised over $150 million and funded over 800 research projects. They also fund programs to help families struggling with childhood cancer, such as their Travel for Care program and Super SIBS program. Duel of the Dips will be held this Saturday at 3 p.m. in Greengrass Cafe. It is $5 to enter a dip, $5 to eat dip, and $8 if you want to do both. We hope to see you there. This past Saturday, UWL's student-run radio station RAQ Radio hosted their 7th annual chili and soup cook-off. We sent a WMCM crew to check it out.
This past Saturday, RAQ Radio hosted its 7th annual chili soup cook-off at the Eagle's Nest. The event was in the evening so students and community members could enjoy the UWL football game and then head to the Eagle's Nest to warm up with some soup and chili. Groups that cooked chili or soup for the events included the Vanguards, UWL Com Club, Students for Sustainability, our own WMCM, and It Makes Sense. People who purchased a ticket to get into the event for only $5 were able to vote for their favorite. A 50-50 raffle was also a main attraction at the event. Hunter Baumgart, RAQ Radio's co-general manager, says the event not only raised money for RAQ Radio, but another nonprofit organization as well.
So the RAQ Radio Chili Soup Cook-Off is a event to raise money for both RAQ Radio, which is the UWL student-run radio station, as well as the La Crescent Animal Rescue. In fact, most of the proceeds going to the La Crescent Animal Rescue. It was a great event. There were over 15 groups that came and cooked chili, and we had a lot of people that came. It was over at the Eagle's Nest, and just a really good time.
This year's chili cook-off winners included in 3rd place, UWL's Com Club, 2nd place, WMCM TV, and in 1st place, former RAQ GM, DJ Briggs.
I had a great time at the chili cook-off this past Saturday. I would say my personal favorite moment was when Jacqueline, Katie, and I won second place for WMCM with our vegetarian chili with squash. So for everyone out there, we know how to make chili at WMCM. We don't just make TV.
For WMCM, this has been Aaron Gallo, Hunter Baumgart, and Tori Eggleston.
If you're graduating this semester, come check out your first alumni event on Thursday, November 15th. Forever an Eagle is a networking event for upcoming graduates to celebrate their graduating class as well as meet alumni. The event will start at 6 p.m. at the Animal House downtown at 110 3rd Street. This event is free to attend and will feature prizes, appetizers from the Crow, and drink specials. Register for the event on the Alumni Association website and contact Vicki Bain with any questions at vbain@uwlax.edu. Each week, the WMCM crew goes out and talks to your fellow peers in a segment we call Campus Insight. This week, we ask students about their favorite classes this semester.
For this week at Campus Insight, Kyle and I asked students what their favorite class was so far this semester. Let's see what they said. All right, so Hunter, what has been your favorite class so far this semester?
For sure, Wisconsin Government and Politics.
I really enjoy sociology.
My favorite class has been chemistry, because I really like math and doing that stuff, so yeah.
Probably my Spanish American Civilization class.
My favorite class has been Psych 285. It's Culture and Mental Health.
Probably Abnormal Psychology.
Probably General Psych.
Probably Culture and Mental Health, Psychology.
So far, my favorite class has actually been debate.
So far, I love my biology class. This semester, I really like my women's gender studies class.
I'd say B-Law with Huseman. He's just a really interesting guy, knows his information, and it's, you know, you can just learn a lot from him. It's pretty cool so far.
Probably Physics 302 with Professor Ganson.
Lifespan Development with Lisa Kaya.
And that was this week's edition of Campus Insight.
Now, back to you in the studio.
Look for the WMCM crew around campus for a chance to have your opinions heard on next week's Campus Insight. Now here's Kyle Tanis with a review of the movie Edge of 17.
Hello everyone. Have you ever felt awkward at a party? Have you ever lost someone you loved? Has your best friend ever hooked up with your brother? All these things and many more happen in the world of Nadine Franklin in the movie The Edge of 17. The Edge of 17 is a dramedy that includes a star cast of Haley Steinfeld, Woody Harrelson, Alexander Calvert, and several others. The movie follows the troubled life of Nadine Franklin, as she has always been an awkward kid who does not socialize well with others except her best friend and her family. And when Nadine loses her best friend, we see her life start to spin out of control as she has to find herself in the world without the people who are closest to her. This movie analyzes the life of teenagers today and asks some hard-pressed questions, such as, can we really communicate without using emojis? Let us take a look at this promo and discuss it further.
How was your weekend?
Oh my god! What the? Below average.
The Edge of 17 is a brilliant coming-of-age comedy.
Nick is so hot. He works at Petland now. I should go in there and be like, excuse me, where are the beta fish? And do you want to have sex right now?
Hell yeah!
Not you.
It's in the tradition of classics like Clueless, Mean Girls, and Juno.
Why are you so awkward?
It's a true original.
Why don't you try what I do when I'm feeling down? I say to myself, everyone is as miserable as I am. They're just better at pretending.
It perfectly sums up what it's like to feel 17.
Nick, I just want to be with you. We can do it in the Petland stockroom. Oh my god, you can't send this. No, 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 oh my god, no.
The Edge of 17.
Isn't so bad. I just want to be with you. We can do it in the Petland stockroom.
November 18th.
Well, that promo just about summed up about how many of us felt during the middle of our high school years. The Edge of 17 is a great film to sit down and watch with your friends while making fun of the jokes and awkward moments in the movie. And yes, there are a lot of them. I can guarantee at some point when you see this movie, you will think in your head, well, that was awkward. The movie plays on some dark humor that is not over the top and is actually really funny to hear. Overall, I really like this movie. The movie really feels genuine and makes you feel connected to its main character. There's at least one instance during this movie that everyone can relate to, no matter who they were as a kid. Whether that was arguing with your family, trying to get a person that you like to notice you, or just as simple as lying down in your bed and wondering, what has happened to my life? I was not rooting for a happy ending to the whole fiasco of events going on in the movie, but I didn't mind it one bit. So go and watch The Edge of 17 and think back to the great, fun-filled, scary, awkward moments of being a teenager in high school. Stay tuned to WMCM. Jana Zerbo will be back with this weekend's weather. But first, here's a message from our student body president, Ben O'Connell.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Ryan Giannoni, and I'm alongside Benjamin O'Connell, and he's here to address the students on this week's edition of the UWL Presidential Address. Ben, take it away.
So we got some interesting stuff going on. The election was earlier this week, and we actually had huge turnout here on campus. We had around 2,200 voters, which is, I'd say, about 600 more than we had for the last midterm. Oh, wow. And we're only around 300, 400 short of what we had during the presidential election in 2016. So we had, as far as voter turnout goes, we had a huge midterm here on campus.
That's excellent.
And then aside from that, we will, next week, I will be running a lobbying trip along with my state affairs director to the Capitol, and we'll be discussing things like the upcoming budget and how UW schools need money, obviously, such as UWL. And aside from that, we'll also be talking about student loan refinancing, which is something that happens in other states, but it actually does not happen right now in Wisconsin.
All right, well, that's some good stuff. Hey, and you know, for everybody, good job getting out there and vote, and you know, getting out there for these midterm elections. So, hey, thank you, Ben.
I'm Ben O'Connell, and I approve this message.
All right, now let's talk about this week's weather, everybody. I've got good news. It's finally that time of year. You can look outside your window in the morning and ask yourself, is that guy vaping or is it just cold outside? So let's take a look at the weather for this weekend. So tonight we're actually expecting a little bit of snow. I know we're all very excited about that. It's going to be about 24 degrees tonight. As for tomorrow, it's going to be about 29 degrees, partly cloudy, not too exciting, so I would recommend staying inside as I would normally every day anyways. All right, as for Saturday, it's going to be partly cloudy, 31 again. Our weather is nothing if not consistent this weekend, besides that little bit of flurries tonight. As for Sunday, it's going to be mostly cloudy, 40 degrees. So it's going to be a little bit sunnier that day and a little warmer too. I would recommend if you're going to get out this weekend, that's the day you want to do it. And as for the coming snow, I've thought of some riddles for you guys. What do you call a melting ice cap? A global crisis. Get involved, everybody. And now here's Katie Trakel with this week's interview.
Hi everyone, I'm here with my really good friend Blake Thiele. Thanks for coming in.
Absolutely, thanks for having me on.
So we are going to talk about Blake's involvement with Castle Realty and Pay It Forward Fridays. So can you tell me exactly what are Pay It Forward Fridays?
So Pay It Forward Fridays started when we just kind of wanted to find a unique way to give back to our community. And so we thought, what better way would that be to then, inspire through random acts of kindness? And so we do all sorts of stuff from Teacher Appreciation Day, where we'll take little flower baskets to all the teachers in La Crosse, to just going down Riverside Park and handing out popcorn or ice cream. We've done a number of things with Mocha or Cabin Coffee. Actually one day we had the line Pay It Forward for almost the entire day. So we started with a couple of people and then they just kind of kept going and going. It was pretty cool.
That's awesome. Very cool. So I've seen that you have worked with, and like you said, from kids to construction workers to coffee shops and all the things like that. Some of your favorite stories or examples from the past out of all the ones you listed.
There's a couple, I can't pick. I have a couple favorite stories. So one of them is there was an elderly woman who lived with her daughter and she needed help moving out of her house, and we have a couple of Castle Realty moving trucks. And so we all, a bunch of the agents and myself went over there and we helped her pack up everything. We moved her into her new house, and afterwards she just told the most inspirational story on how she had always dreamed of moving in to her own house, and she had never been able to do that before, and that we were the ones that were able to help her do that. And so I'm not much of a crier, but I maybe got a little teary-eyed. It was really inspiring. It was really cool. So that's one thing that really stands out in my mind, absolutely.
That's sweet. Great. And so when did Castle Realty start doing this, and why did they start? Just really wanted to start giving back to the community. When exactly was that?
Yeah, so we're really we're a people company. We're really focused on, you know, trying to get everybody, trying to show that we're just interested in people and helping them through our business. And so one way to display that is through our Pay It Forward Friday. And started our 1-year anniversary is December 1st, and so we do every single Friday. And it's been really a roller coaster. We just I think 3 weeks ago went over and did Feed My Starving Children, if you've heard of that. So we packaged up just Castle Realty. I wrote down 5,000 meals. Just our team with our agents. So we did 5,000 meals, and I think it was 33,000 total for that day. And that was just for Winona, which was super cool.
That's incredible. You guys have some really good stuff going on. And so I know you've been with them since the beginning. I know you were really excited when you got the job. And what made you want to get involved with the program and Pay It Forward Fridays specifically?
Well, I mean, you know me, but I love people. I love getting involved. And I really like the lacrosse community. It has a lot to offer. And so that was one thing. It was really easy to get involved because I love this area, I love this community, and giving back is just something that's in my nature, so I enjoy it, absolutely.
Absolutely. And then, so if anyone wants to nominate someone for you guys to help them or have their organization, just co-team with you guys, how would one go about that?
Yeah, so we are on Kicks 106.3 every Friday at 8:30. And then we tell what we're doing for that Friday. And if you're looking to get in contact, you can go to onlinecastles.com, or you can always give us a call at 519-2345.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for coming in. And then we are going to stay tuned for Mark Carson's. He'll be right back with this week's sports. But first, let's take another look at those adorable animals.
I'm Champagne. I'm 5 months old, and I sure do love to play. I can be shy, but I'm also very curious. Add some cuddles to my day, and I'm a happy kitty.
Hi, I'm Socks. I'm 2 years old, and I sure do love belly rubs. I would love a warm bed to curl up in, and maybe even some socks.
Hi, I'm Lollipop. I'm 2 years old. I am very energetic and love all sorts of toys to play with. Come adopt me!
To find out more about adoption, contact La Crescent Animal Rescue at 507-895-2066.
Again, the phone number for La Crescent Animal Rescue is 507-895-2066. This past Saturday, the UW Eagles football team played a home conference game against the University of Wisconsin River Falls Falcons. The final outcome of the game was an Eagles 29-14 victory. The first score in the game for the Eagles came with 14:04 left in the first quarter, and it was a touchdown pass from Ben Shramsky to Dominique Labellarte for 72 yards, and this gave the Eagles a 7-0 lead. The second scoring drive for the Eagles came with 2:07 left in the first quarter, and Austin Mankowski ran the ball in for a 2-yard touchdown to give the Eagles a 14-0 lead. The next scoring possession for the Eagles came with 9 minutes and 14 seconds remaining in the second quarter, and it was a Ryan Biranet field goal from 26 yards out that went straight through the uprights to give the Eagles a 17-0 lead. The Eagles then did not score until 14:04 was remaining in the third quarter, and the Eagles defense recorded a safety to give them a 19-0 lead. The Eagles scored shortly after their safety with 13:30 left in the third quarter, and it was a 46-yard pass connection from Ben Shramsky to Dominique Labellarte for a touchdown to give the Eagles a 26-0 lead. The next two scores in the game came from UW River Falls, and they cut the lead down to 26-14. The Eagles were not done scoring, however, as they got a Ryan Berene field goal with 8:56 left in the fourth quarter to give the Eagles a 29-14 lead, which was the final score of the game. A nice and much-needed win for the Eagles football team as they are now 6-3 on the season. Their next game is this coming Saturday versus UW-Eau Claire in Eau Claire at 2:30 p.m. and will be aired on ABC. This past Saturday, the UW women's swimming and diving team had a nice home meet against the women's team of University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire. UWL's women's team won the meet with a score of 140 to 104 points. Stat leaders from the women's team, UWL's Samantha Lemke swept the 1 and 3 meter diving titles with a score of 229.05 and 199.65 respectively. Additionally, Sydney VN was second on the 1 meter and 3 meter diving titles with scores of 220.40 and 196.35 respectively. Elizabeth Conkle placed third in the 1 meter diving title event with a score of 186. UWL swept the 400 medley and 400 freestyle relays team events with Serena Lee, Maria Vadril, Samantha Seymour, and Jamie Clone finishing the 400 medley with a time of 4:04.27, while Amanda Wikorka, Maddie Volk, and Ellie Schwaz-Pekowitz and Clone took the 400 freestyle relay with a time of 3:42.03. Additionally, Schwaz-Pekowitz took the 200 freestyle and 200 butterfly, while Vadril won the 200 IM and 200 breaststroke. Volk was second in the 200 IM with a time of 2:14.94 and 100 freestyle, while Lee finished second and Seymour finished in the third in the 200 butterfly. Lily Larson finished second, and Hannah Calhoun finished third in the 200 breaststroke, while Grace Storms placed second in the 200 breaststroke. Clone was third in the 50 freestyle, and Aubrey Langergan third in the 100 freestyle. The UWL women's swimming and diving team will return to action Saturday, November 17th against Luther College in Decorah, Iowa at 10:30 a.m. Every week on WMCM, we highlight an exceptional student athlete. Our newest athlete of the week is gymnast Sam Weicker.
And welcome to Athlete of the Week. I'm Jeremiah Waite, and I'm proud to have Sam Weicker of the women's gymnastics team joining me.
Hi.
Sam, thank you for joining the show. So, just for our viewers, just to find out a little about yourself, what is your major and where are you from?
I am a biology major, and I'm from Kenosha, Wisconsin.
So, talking about gymnastics now, what is the event that you are the best at, and explain to our viewers what exactly you do with this event.
I would say that my best event is beam. I won nationals with beam last year, and I mean, it's a 4-inch beam above the ground. It's kind of self-explanatory. Just kind of flip on it.
Yeah.
Try to stay on.
Excellent. So Casey Crawford being your coach, what has she brought to this gymnastics program that has helped to continue lacrosse's dominance in Division III?
She is really good at making it feel like home, making it like a family feel, and she's really good with goal setting. And she works a lot on team chemistry, and I think that's a really important part in winning national titles.
What is the outlook for you guys this year with the gymnastics season? Are you guys supposed to be a contender once again in the WIAC?
Yeah, we lost a lot of seniors last year, but we have some great freshmen that came in this year that are going to contribute a lot. And I think we have a lot of injuries that are healed, so we have a good shot at making it again.
So last question for you, Sam. So how has gymnastics prepared you for life after college?
It's really taught me like time management and like responsibility, and I'm really good with like staying up to date with things. So And it's taught me a lot about like respect for other people and just having like that team feel, and I'm excited.
Well, Sam, once again, thanks again for joining Athlete of the Week. For our viewers, please come out and support your women's gymnastics team as they have their first meet December 7th against Winona State. Go Eagles!
Go Eagles.
Thanks for watching WMCM's Week in Review. Make sure to join us next week, Thursday at 4:30, right here on Campus Channel 200 and Digital Cable Channel 989. So that's all.